Today, a vintage mechanical pencil review. Hello everyone. Today we're going to be looking at a vintage mechanical pencil, actually a mechanical pencil set, pen and pencil set. That was a recent find, and this one I'm particularly excited about. And we'll kind of discuss that as we go. First of all, this plastic bag is wreaking havoc on the focus and the coloring, so I'm going to empty out this bag. This all came together as a set, to me anyway, and some of it came together as a set when it was new. Okay, well, before I get to that, these I don't think would have come with the set when it was new. These are interesting erasers. Eberhard Faber, USA. They're hardened with age now, but a cool little bit of history. That one has a metal, I don't know, spool on it. This one's plastic blue, but it also is an Eberhard Faber, I believe. Yep, Eberhard Faber. Boy, that was having trouble focusing on that, but same imprint on that. There we go. 1080. A little wheel eraser. Disc. Interesting. I'm not sure why that was included with it, but it came with it when I found this set. So what we have here, boy, I was stoked to see this, it's a complete set from the Zaner-Bloser company out of Columbus, Ohio. And you can see it comes with all these extras. We've got, first of all, a two-headed pen, red and blue ink, in this very unique shape that presumably was made to make writing more comfortable for a beginning writer. And then this was the real prize. Similarly shaped on one end, a mechanical pencil that has the company name on it, Zaner-Bloser, Columbus, Ohio, patented. Even the clip says Zaner on it. Very interesting ferrule with the clip. An eraser that's completely or nearly completely intact but hardened with age. Some interesting design work here on the nib, and it's outfitted, if you can see that. Right now it's outfitted with red lead. So this design intended to give a beginning writer a head start in learning to hold and grip a pencil properly for writing. And Zaner-Bloser, for those who are not familiar, is a company that creates, manufactures, sells beginning writing materials. Those dotted line writing books that very young elementary students first learn to write with. Zaner-Bloser makes those. There's some of those. They're not the only company, certainly, that does. And they have a learning to write program that they've developed. They've been around in Columbus for 100 years at least. And several decades ago, they were purchased by the Highlights company, the Highlights magazine, also a Columbus company, I believe. But Zaner-Bloser is still around, still selling stuff. I don't know that they have things of this nature that they still manufacture. I have seen pencil grips that you would just slide on a regular pencil that are marketed as Zaner-Bloser, I believe. Such a neat bit of history. This is a plastic, kind of a fun color of blue. With that came these containers, look like full containers of replacement leads. Those look like blue, maybe. Or maybe that's graphite. This one's graphite. Also says lead for Zaner-Bloser finger fitting pencils. Zaner-Bloser, 612 North Park Street, Columbus, Ohio. And then we have some red. These all look like relatively full canisters of replacement leads. Also included was replacement ink cartridges for the pen. Now the pen is not functioning. It's all dried up. I don't know if I can resurrect that or not. Maybe some oil to loosen up the ball point might do it, but I would guess the ink is probably petrified at this stage. I don't know how old this is. Came with some little paperwork here. You can order maybe more refills, various colors for the pen. This apparently came with the pen. How to care for. Special order form. I wonder what would happen if I send that in now. The company still exists, but I'd have to pencil in the correct new address, I'm sure. Such a neat find. Since I'm Central Ohio, born and bred, I was very familiar with the Zaner-Bloser company. Actually, not too long ago, I found a big bag of pencils from the Zaner-Bloser company, much more recent, just marketing pencils. So these aren't necessarily designed for beginning writers. It's just a standard marketing pencil with their website on it, zanerbloser.com. Still exists, I believe. So that's kind of cool. I have about a dozen of these around. These are just some basic wood case beginner's pencils, what you would see. These are kind of triangle shaped, rounded triangles designed to teach a student to hold a pencil properly. And very same idea in this Zaner-Bloser pencil. So just super pleased to get that. Amazing bit of local history, still in beautiful shape, with all the extras and the box. Just amazing. Pleased as punch to find that. But I'm gonna give it a try and see how it writes after all these years. Okay, now I'm not going to take the time to replace this red lead with graphite, so we're just going to try it out with the red lead that it came with. Which it suddenly occurs to me, I wonder if this was maybe designed for a teacher. Trying to imagine what a beginning writing student, a young elementary student, would need red and blue leads for. But anyway, doesn't really matter. Maybe they just had this one style of pencil for all purposes, and they marketed them for teachers as well as students. Really comfortable to hold. Such an ingenious design. I don't know why they don't make pens and pencils like this now. Let's try it out. Writes really lightly. It's almost like a crayon. It's kind of a waxy feel to it. Maybe I actually will take the time to replace this red lead and put in a graphite, because this deserves a fairer try than that. So I'm not going to do that on camera because that'll take a moment to switch it out, but I will return in a moment. Okay, I've swapped that out, and just for those who are interested, this appeared to be a nearly unused red lead. I'm just going to replace it in here. Boy, that is completely full. Barely had room for one more. For those who are interested, I just extended the lead all the way, and it kind of fits in there, is seated in there with friction. So I just sharp yank, and it freed itself. And then to insert the new lead, I inserted it right through there. And then you have to kind of press it against a hard surface to seat it properly in its mechanism. It is a twist mechanism, which I think are more robust in general than your average click mechanism. So I like that. Part of why it's still working after all these years, although it looks like it was barely used, probably sitting in some supply closet in a school. Zaner-Bloser, Columbus, Ohio. Let's see. Oh, it's a nice dark graphite too. I could get used to writing with something like this, although it would actually literally take some getting used to because we all have a certain way we hold a pencil, a certain distance from the finger to the tip of the pencil, and this is just slightly off from the normal distance that I normally write with. I normally choke up just a little more on it, but I guess I'd learn to write properly. Maybe it would help my atrocious handwriting. Perhaps I should enroll in a Zaner-Bloser penmanship handwriting program. That might benefit me. So anyway, again, just super amazing that this is in this condition with all its extras intact, still working. Just a wonderful bit of engineering, clever design, piece of local history. Give it 2 thumbs up. If you see one of these come up, you see them from time to time on eBay, for instance, I think, and you are a graphite appreciator or a handwriting expert, this may be something to seek out. Really cool. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this trip down memory lane with the Zaner-Bloser mechanical writing instrument. And I hope to see you here again next time.